Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial video. So today what we're going to be looking at is a slime farm which I originally had put up, but the clip was all messed up and not edited correctly. So I'm doing an update on this, which also fits in perfectly with the new 1.6, 1.14.60 update, so that will slip in nicely because it works on both. So what we're going to do, the first step you're going to need to do is you need to find a slime chunk in your world. So how you're going to do that is you're going to go to the link I've left in the description, and you just basically put in your coordinates. You don't need to worry about the seed because all bedrock worlds are the same. They all have the same coordinates and stuff. Just put in your seed and find the closest one to you. The green squares represent the slime chunks, and just from there you want to fill in the coordinates from what I'm doing here, so to make sure it suits up. If you can use the coordinates that I'm using, but you know, if it's not really close to you, you shouldn't do that. But alright, let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to need is all of this stuff in the chest. So you're going to need some magma blocks, levers, smooth stone slabs. Well, it doesn't have to be smooth stone, sorry, it can be any sort of slabs. Some powered rails, some normal rails, some cobblestone, some walls, some fences, jack-o'-lanterns, some glass blocks, glass panes, glowstone, and you're gonna need 40 blocks of iron to spawn some golems in. So you're gonna need them, and plus about 10 pumpkin heads to put them so we can actually spawn them. And then all of these redstone components down here, plus 2 Minecraft hoppers. So just pause the screen, gather those materials, and let's jump right in. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to find your slime chunk. And there may be a lot of digging here, but what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to dig down that 16 by 16 chunk right down to you're standing on Y level 5. So just like this. Oh, sorry. That should have worked. Just like that. Just like. Oh, there we go. It's just a bit of lag. Wow, Jesus. Internet's not doing so well. So once you've done that, so you can see it goes pretty far down. Just like here. And I've got like all the space here that's obviously been glitched out. So you want to go to standing level 5. So one more below. This is what any level that bedrock will spawn. So after you've done that, you want to choose 2 sides. So you have to be opposing sides. So let's say, for instance, for me, I chose this side and this side. But you can choose this side or this side, depending on where you want it. You're going to need to dig out an additional 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All the way down as well. So you need to do that. And I can just do this with the command blocks I have here. So like that. And you just need to dig that all the way down to the same level. And then do it with the other side as well. Just like so. And then you should have a nice big area that's just dug all the way down to Y level 5. And then after you've done that, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to grab some sort of stone or any really material you want to use. Just make sure all of this is filled in. Just there's some gaps that I have to when I was figuring this all out. So what I'm going to use some stone bricks just because I think it looks nice. So that 16 by 16 chunk that you had in the middle, so there was 1, 2, 3, 4, so it was from this block all the way to 1, 2, 3, 4, so to that block, just like that. You want to put your first spawning platform down, just like this, and then that should basically cover 16 by 16 chunk on the bottom. So let's just say I put that in. Then in the center, what you want is you want to mark out your middle 4x4. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now you know it's a 16 by 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, So that would be your middle 2x2 right there. As you can see, it is centered in that block area. So once you've filled all this bottom one in, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to consistently build these platforms all the way up. Not all the way, but to a certain extent. So you're going to have 9 spawning platforms in total. Just make sure this is all filled in. And then what you're going to do is you're going to have a 1, 2, 3, a 3 block gap, right? And then you're going to have your next platform and do the exact same thing. You don't need to worry about the 3x3 center bit, but you're just going to fill it in exactly the same, just like that, and do another platform there. And then make sure it comes all the way over to this side and just basically copies what is below it. So next we're going to do it again. So 1, 2, 3, like that. 1, 2, 3, like that. And that's just basically going to be all your platforms here that you just want to fill in all the way. You make sure to leave these sides open. You need them to stay open so the slime will actually jump out. Now, top coordinate. So you're going to have 9 spawning platforms in total, and the last one is going to be you standing on this corner. So you're going to have to be standing on Y level 38. So the last one would be here on Y level 38. That's the one that you're standing on. So if we just make sure this is right, 2, 3, block. Actually come down here and do it because it's easier. 1, 2, 3, block. 1, 2, 3, block. 1, 2, 3, block. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, as you can see, I built it 1 to the side, but that's where your platform should be. And it should end on Y level 38, as you can see. And that will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spawning platforms in total. So let's just get rid of this, because I have some commands that will fill all these platforms in for me. And then once that has been done, I will show you what the next step is. So we'll just get rid of that inventory here, and then as you can see, click that. And apparently command blocks aren't really working, or it's just lagging a bit, I think. Give me 1 second. It only filled in the first 2. Shooting. 2, 3. See, that all should work. 5, 6, 9. Let's see. And there you go, guys. The platforms have been filled in. So there was a little bit of problems with the command blocks, just exactly the problem I had last time, but got it to be fixed without any mess ups. So the platforms have all been filled in, and as you can see, the last one is you standing on Y level 38. So it would be on you put in, if you want to use command blocks, you put it in as Y level 37, but you would be standing on Y level 38. So what you want to do now is you want to grab jack-o'-lanterns, right? And that middle 4x4 that I told you to mark out at the start, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one, that one. So if you that one there, you don't need markers on every level, just this bottom one, so you know what you're doing. So you want to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 to the left, and then 1 to the right, so it's like that. There should be a 2 block gap here, just like so, and then do that on every side. So you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that 5th block go 1 to the right, and then the other side go 1 to the left. And then after you do this, easy way to do it if you want, you can just count in 2, so from the middle bit, 1, 2, and then basically go 1 to the right, 1 to the left. And that is the same amount of blocks, so it will be easier, I guess, if you do it like that. So 1, 2, 1 to the left, 1 to the right, which I think did that right. So, and then what you want to do, you're going to do that on every platform. So we'll go up like this, you're going to put it in every hole like this, just like so. And then basically you want to have a 1-2 gap, and then it's going to be there for the next one. Just like that. So you can't place pumpkins like this, so that's the annoying part. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to either have to like do that, stack up, or you can just use the pumpkins themselves to stack up if you want to make it faster. But yeah, it is kind of a pain, I guess, but it's better to use jack-o'-lanterns because they're more efficient. They're way more efficient to use. But I'm gonna go ahead and just use a command for this, so you just do that. We'll have it all in the bottom ones for now. And then I'll be right back once I fill it in. Just make sure to have them all going up consistently all the way to the top, and just make sure they're all filled in. I'll be right back. And there we go, most of them have been filled in, so all of these ones here. I'll just show you the command that I use to fill all of these pumpkins in. So what I do is I stand on the pumpkin here, and I put in this command here, which is fill tilde space tilde space 37 space tilde lit underscore pumpkin. So what this does is this will fill your coordinates, so these are your coordinates here, so you're standing on the first coordinate, your Y coordinate, and your last coordinate, and then it will fill that coordinate from your stationary coordinates again, all the way up to 37 with lit pumpkins. There's a downside to it, you have to manually go up and remove all of these, but honestly it doesn't even take longer than 2 minutes to do that. So you can basically just go through if you're testing this in creative, and then that's all it takes to do it. And then you have all of them filled in instead of placing them all up manually. It's way faster. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to actually be placing in our rails here for the collection system. So what we're going to do is, let me just have a look. So the rails need to be placed in a way so that it functions. So we're going to grab our powered rails and regular rails and block of, some of the blocks of redstone. Now I'm only going to show you a one-side demonstration on this tutorial, so whatever I do on this side, you're going to copy it exactly on the other side. So if I place a rail here, you're going to place a rail exactly here on the other side. Just make sure you copy it exactly, otherwise it will not function for you. So the first thing you'll need to do is, let's see, it's a bit tricky because it's hard to take down notes, so you can choose either left side or right side, it doesn't matter. So you're going to place your redstone block down here. So if there's a piece of bedrock here for you, obviously go to this side. So what you're going to do, you're going to place down your powered rail first, and then see where this middle bit is here. You're going to place down 2 more powered rails there, one with the redstone block underneath, like that. And then all at the end here, second to last, you're going to place a powered rail with the redstone block underneath it, like that, so that it gets powered. And then fill the rest in with regular blocks like that. And then now what you're going to do is you're going to alternate. So you're just going to do the exact same thing, but without the redstone blocks underneath, because we're going to be powering it with levers. And at the end here, where it has the where you need to turn, just basically place that first and do it like that, so it just basically connects. And then do the exact same thing, and just make sure it all connects like that. And you just want to have this one on the end here, just like second to last. Once you get to the end bit, what you're going to do is you're going to wrap it around the wall here, just like this. You're just going to wrap it around like that, and basically it just goes back, so it's just a one block there, that's just blocking it. So you want to copy that on the other side, and once you've done that, you're going to need to grab your slabs. Now you can use any type of slabs, but I like to use the smooth stone slabs because they look nice. And then you're going to put bottom slabs, so, or you can just like put it in here and it will automatically become a bottom slab here, like this. And you're just going to fill in not the whole thing, just the first line of blocks. The first line of rails there, you're going to fill in with slabs. And then you're going to come up one to this second platform here and break the first 2 blocks, just like so. break the first 2 blocks out so the pumpkin is showing, and then you're going to replace those blocks with upper slabs, so like that. So this ensures that the slimes, the big 3x3 slimes, can actually jump through this gap here, because if there was just regular blocks there, it wouldn't work. Just remember to do this on the other side as well. So you want to break out the 2x2, place the slabs, and if you don't do this, you have slimes getting stuck in here, and the farm won't be really efficient. So next, you're going to grab your magma blocks, right? And you're just basically going to fill it in here, and then also you might want to do it as you're filling it in. You want to grab your levers as well, and where those powered rails are, you're going to chuck a lever down and power it, and just check that it's powered before you close it off really, like that. All 3 of them are powered, so that's good. I'm just going to keep coming across with the magma blocks, and we're just going to power all of these, just like that, and make sure all the rails are powered. If the rails aren't powered, then the farm won't work, because the minecarts will not be collecting all the items that drop. And we'll power these ones. There we go. And just finish that off with some blocks on the side actually. Sorry about that. Forgot about that. So you want to actually have blocks on the side of this and not magma blocks. So just like that. So you have the magma blocks in the middle, not the sides. So once you've completed that, we need, let's see, to spawn in our golems. Alright. So this is, I must say, a little bit of an annoyance, plus how much resources it does use. So you're going to grab your glass and your glass panes, you're going to grab your fences, your walls, you also need your iron blocks and your pumpkin heads, and your light sources for the iron golem. So that could be glowstone, could be anything. So we're just in this case going to be using, where is it, sea lanterns, because they look nice, or you could use glowstone or anything like that, just as long as it lights up the area and it's a full block. So, and if you're a bit OCD with the levers here, just chuck down a few more so that it's symmetrical, you know what I mean? But so that 2x2 center that we were talking about, remember to copy everything from this side onto this side over here. Didn't need to do that. Alright, so this 2x2 here, we're going to follow that all the way along, and then when we get to this point, we're going to break it out. So what we're going to do, so that's, yep, 2 wide, and 3 high, and 2 back. So it's going to be that big. And then the light sources, they're going to go at this point here. I'm pretty sure, if I can remember. What I'll do is I'll be right back. I'm just going to quickly check. I actually forgot if they're here or if they're down below one more. So I'll be right back. Alright, I've gone and checked it out, and I've gone back into the other world to see what it was again. So you actually need to go 3 back, 3 high, 2 wide in line with the center, and then you're going to place your light sources in the middle ones. I actually forgot about that one. And then on the back bit, you're going to place your glass panes. Yep. And then what you need to do, this is the annoying / tricky part, you're going to have to spawn in your golem, so like this. And if we put that on, you have to break out a few blocks above him to be able to damage, just like that. And then place 4 blocks like that in front of him, and fill those. Make sure to fill those ones back in. And then after you've done that, you're going to need to break out a certain amount of blocks so that these slimes that land over here can actually see him. As you can see, they have no visual view of him right now. So you're going to break out on each side of the golem this block, and this block. So it's basically just enough for him to be able to see the golem. So on the other side, again, do it. So just the first corner one, second one there, and then you break out all that gravel there. and then that one there. And that just basically ensures vision from all the way over here, so you can just get that nice view of the golem. So the golem, the slimes actually go towards it, die in the magma blocks, and get picked up by the monk hoppers. So remember to do this on the other side as well. So let's see. Now I'm pretty sure. So yeah. So this block here. So that we're going to go up, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm pretty sure it's your light source here, and that should be in line with it. And then you're going to break out this, this, and this, so just like that. Make it 2 back, and then now you can place your walls in. And I'm pretty sure this is how high it goes. So after you've done that, you're going to need to spawn in your golem. So it's going to be a little bit annoying. And you break out blocks above, like that. And of course, when you do actually one higher, the spawning golems in is always a little bit of a tricky thing. But if you do it like that, all fall down. So you need to add some blocks, just as it so it doesn't fall down. Do it again, and you don't do it the first time like that. And then you have to push him in. Hang in there. He can fall down sometimes, so if he does, well, you can have left him, so make sure to do it correctly. Then you can place fences in front of him, just so he doesn't go out. And then you're going to pull these blocks back in, and then that's your golem in. And then you literally got to kill this guy, and make it quite a long way. And thank you. So now that you've got that in, so you want the fence posts right in front of you, you can place fence post one below, and one above, and then one above them again. So this just ensures no slimes will go doopty, and if there was any fence post there, they would like go dunk, get stuck in this little bit here, like the smaller slimes, and they'll start attacking the golem, and the golem could take damage, and he could actually die in some cases. So next what you're going to need to do, you're going to need to come down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then your light source again, and then you're just going to repeat this process until you have a total of 5 golems on each side, and that covers basically 2 platforms each. So this one golem here will cover this platform right here, which the slimes can see him from, and this platform right here, which slimes can see him on, and on the halfway point, that's roughly here. If the slime's on this side, he can't see the golem over here, so he'll be lured to this golem that will be here. That's why you need them on both sides. So you'll be using a total of 10 golems, so just keep that in mind. Make sure to copy on our side. So next we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, light source, break some blocks up top, add some security blocks so he doesn't fall down like he did last time, and spawn your golem in like that. So just so it's one up above and his head will hit the roof, like that. He'll land on the edge, so if you want to be safe and put more of a safety block around him, you can. But since I'm in creative, I can just push him in like this. And then you want to put the fences in front of him, so it doesn't go off. Fences above, below, and fill in these blocks again. Always remember to fill in the blocks, otherwise you can mess up the placing of the golems if you forget. Just like that. So there's 3 in, and I'll just run you through how to do the rest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, light source, 3 high, 2 back, placing your walls. They do have to be walls as well, because otherwise he gets pushed back a little bit too far and the slimes can't see him. So you'll break one up again. Security, if you want to add more you can, to like do it like maybe that big, but it's more chance of him having the path finding to walk out of that box. As you see, he might walk away, so it should be alright. So if I just drop down like this, it should be easy enough to push him, but when you do that, it's a little bit harder. Yeah, he walks pretty close to the edge. It's a bit risky, but if we can push him in, that'd be great. And then now he's trapped in there. get rid of the blocks, and voila. And those are 4 golems installed, so we need one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Light source, just like so. And the walls behind. Security. Break up one more. Do that. Push it back. Just like so. And put in the fences. Next thing you're going to need to do after you've put in all your golems and the fences here, you want to basically grab the rest of your walls, right, and run it like this. So on that first golem here, you're going to put it on the side here, and you're going to run it up like this. Oop, and you're just going to run it all the way up, just like so. There is ways you can do it, so like you can like put it at intervals, so I'll show you how you can do it if you want to save walls, but honestly it's only going to save you like 10 walls, so it's not really worth it. It's just quicker to do it this way. We get down here and put the rest of these in. Alright, so yeah, and you're going to need to put, as you can see here, there's little gaps between the golems, just fill them in. And if you want to save like 10 walls, you can break out these ones. Sorry. Basically, you can just break out these ones here with the middle fence post. So these middle fence posts just ensure the slimes don't get caught in this bit, and you can still attack the golems. It's just for safety. Otherwise, your farm will break entirely, and it's not fun trying to rebuild this thing. So that's how you do it if you want to save a few walls. It's not really too precious. You only save to like not even 6 or something. But that's how you install the golems into this. So that basically is all done there. And remember to copy this over, and then now majority of this farm has already been complete. So now what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to find that bit where you broke through on the rails. So for me that would be here with a whole bunch of gravel above it. So we're going to grab a torch and let that all drop, just like that. If you have gravel, just make sure to clear it out and just replace it if you have to. So this is where we put our rail. Yeah. So you want to clear out a tad of area, and just be careful not to mine too far back, because you do have your golem over here, right there. Yeah, your golem's right there, so you don't want to break this block, so you want to keep it at that point. I'm just gonna, there we go. So you want to keep it at that point how it is, and just you can break out more area if you need to, but you don't really need to too much. So we're going to install our minecart unloader. So it's a very basic design. So we're going to pull out our rails, powered rails, and we're going to get all of those redstone components we had earlier. So we're going to have hoppers, droppers, repeaters. We're going to have the a redstone torch, and the blocks, like so. And then you're going to have your chest. Now what I do with my sorting system, so I don't have it all stored down this area. I actually use a bubble elevator and take them up to the top, and then have my storage system up there. But I'll show you both ways on how to do this. So I'll show you the normal way first. So you're going to block, comparator, block again, and then the redstone torch goes on the side of this block, so that it gets turned off, like so. You have that. Just keep an item in there to make sure the redstone torch turns off, and then you block like that, and then that should fix it. And just make sure you fill in the blocks that you took out from this golem. So like here I had some gravel that fell down. If you did, make sure to fill that back in, otherwise your golem could get through the blocks. So now that that's been done, if we take that out, you should see the rail should get powered. So this is how you have to have an output coming from this hopper. So if the items just stay in the hopper, it won't function. So if it gets backed up, the whole thing stops. That's why I like having it sitting up in a bubble elevator, just so there's no risk of it just stopping, and then it causes lag and stuff because all the items get piled up on the things here. So then you can just put it into a chest here and then just like have this area as your storage system. But that's not really what I like to do. I like to have it go into another hopper, like so, and then put a dropper about here, facing outward. It gets a little bit cramped, so you have to break a few blocks out without heaps of double falling on you. I chose the west block, but it's alright. And then what you want to do is you want to put this little clock in so that this gets powered. So you want to have a block, redstone like that, redstone torch on one side, and just cover both of them blocks. And yeah, it's just a basic redstone system, so I'll show you again. Block in the middle here, redstone torch on the side, redstone here, and then we'll place the blocks above it. So this redstone torch is powering this block, and then the repeater output is powering it into this, powering this, and then powering it, so it just goes in it, goes really long loop, and you can actually make the delay in that shorter, like that. That's what I use for the dropper system. Now what you need to do is you're going to need to dig out the tunnel that you want to go all the way to the top, just like this. And there's a bit of gravel in there as well. And just basically dig it all the way to the top. There we go, so that's where that is going to be stored. So if we get rid of all of this, we're going to need some different materials. We're going to need a water bucket. We're going to need some kelp, which we can get through here. We're going to need the kelp, and then we're going to need a piece of soul sand, wherever that is. It is over here. So the kelp is to make all of the water blocks a water source, so you want to come down here, place it at the top, and then we're going to go all the way down to the bottom, because as you see, when we get down here, and we place the foil down really quickly, and breaks everything. That's right, it won't because it's flowing away. But as you turn this into water sources, you will need to cover this off. So what I like to do is I like to just put some glass blocks of glass panes there, just to cover it off. Just like that. And that just lets you see, but doesn't also break it. Like that. You see, it's good. You gotta be really careful with getting the water around here. I just like to put glass panes behind me so it doesn't flow out everywhere. So now what you need to do is you need to go to the bottom and get into the tunnel actually. You might drown, so maybe take some water breathing potion and just basically. That's loud. Yeah, that was extremely loud. I'm very sorry about that. And then you want to go just down to the bottom again. Come down here. And then quickly do a switcheroo there. And you're just going to break the bottom one. And then that bottom block you're going to replace the soul sand there. And then just fill this back in. And as you can see, all the items, it will have like a flower thing, so it will flow all the way up. And if you let the water get in, there's a replace with these arrows here, it'll be fine. And then now, what should happen is if we get our minecart hopper, just like this, we'll let this go like here, and we'll fill it up with like some granite, something like that. Alright, what we'll do, we'll get like a stack of sticks, and as this goes past, which it won't because it's being blocked, but we break the one that comes. Oh wow. Big brain. They float pretty fast. There we go. And this should be that. It goes really fast on these rails because they're all positioned in the right spot. So we'll put 64 sticks in, and we'll push it this way, and then see, we will stop. so it will turn off the pad around so it doesn't keep moving, because it's detecting items going through this. You can see here, let me just turn down our volume. It's pretty loud. So as you can see, it's this comparator is detecting it, turning off the redstone, and then once it all flows out, we'll power it back on, and the minecart will go on its way. And that's what you're going to use to collect it all. And then we're just going to fill all this back up, so the storage has been done for down here. So that's what you need to do down here. So that's everything done down at this point. Now I have it in peaceable at the moment, so no slimes will spawn. And then up here we have quite a bit of kelp and stuff from us messing with it. So yeah, we can see all the sticks and everything. So now we are going to figure out the sorting system here. So you can have any sort of sorting system you want. It doesn't have to be sorting, it can just be like, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come through here and build up a little bit. You don't have to use glass or anything special like that. So I'm just going to do that and grab some water and make sure these are all water sources. And then grab a slab. So if you want to run this farm like a lot, which you probably will have to if you want to get a decent quantity of slime balls, it gets you pretty good rates though, so you should be alright. And you just want to fill in like this and just create like a tunnel type thing. And on this side here you want to have hoppers. So fill in them, break all these, and be quick with this one. Just like that. And then so basically what this will do, it will just make all the hoppers flow. So you can have as many as you want. So I'll show you what I do with this. And just wrap it off on the end. You don't need the corner one. But you do want to have a roof on it, which you can just do out of slabs if you so desire. Like so. There, and then you want to waterlog this first slab here. And you can't actually have enough slabs, because otherwise it won't flow. You can have slabs on top of that though. Some bottom slabs there. And then the water will basically just flow once you waterlog that, because it's still flowing, and the items will basically just shoot up here, flow across these hoppers. And then now what you do is you grab your chest, and you just put a double chest down, and you want to do this like for as long as however long you made it. And then now with this double chest here, you're going to place, if you can get this bit, this one's a little bit tricky, but you can do it on the side right there. You just want to do this. It's a really simple one, and it doesn't take up a lot of room. So we go like that, and did not mean to do that. That one needs to be a hopper. So yeah, that's all it is. And it just basically travels downwards, so starts off in this chest, travels down to this chest, travels down to this one, and then once this one gets full of items, this hopper will get back up and it will slowly start filling up. And then once the first one is full, all of these chests here are full, it will move down to the next one, like so. And it will just basically keep going down and down until all of the chests are full, which will take a decent amount of time, because it's quite a few chests, and you can make it as big as you want. So right there, for that system there, we have 2, 4, 6, 8 chests already, just from that little 2 slice thing, which can hold a lot of items, and that will probably craft you quite a lot of slime blocks. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial video. I'm hoping to get some more videos uploaded in the meantime. I'm taking a little bit of a break because we moved house, and you know, we've got our internet back up, but it's kind of bad. Now, let me know in the comments as well. I've been playing Fortnite quite a bit. Let me know if you want to see some videos of Fortnite. I'm not a pro, so don't expect anything good. So, I hope to catch you in the next video, and I'll put a poll up on the screen what you want to see next, and I hope you like, and I will see you in the next video.